where we address issues that concern achieving and optimizing your health. My name is Judy Feldhausen. I'm a holistic health practitioner, and I've been in the health business for a long time, specifically with cardiovascular wellness, and then expanded my practice to gut health and discovering root causes of disease. My practice, the Cardio Wellness Group, uses ancient technologies and modern science to help you optimize your health. We focus on increasing your energy, mental clarity, and well being using our tri level approach of meals, mind, and movement. When it comes to my business, I like to create programs and new ideas to help our clients. And that's where my guest today, Eliot Bergbauer, comes in. And I'd like to just mention a few things about Eliot. Of course, he has an awesome marketing business that really focuses on wellness consultants. So if you are watching this and you have a healthcare practice of any kind, Eliot can help you. But more than that, what I really like about Eliot is that he doesn't have a boxed approach for his business. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. You don't fit into anything specific. He really personalizes things for each separate client. And I like how he knows that really he knows he doesn't have the answers for everything. But one thing that he has, which I so appreciate, is that he listens. As a former business coach, that was so important to listen to my clients and really want to know what they wanted, why they wanted it, and together achieve a method to get to the goal. And, AI is changing so many things now. And so it's hard to keep up. It seems like every week something new is happening. There's a new program and a new way to talk to AI, or AI is answering different kinds of questions. So Eliot is there for you. So I just want to welcome you, Eliot, and talk about you and what you're up to and just have a conversation. So
Well,
welcome.
thank you so much, Judy. It's a pleasure to be on your show, and definitely some very sweet things you said about me.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I told you that I was very impressed with when we met and all of our conversations. And, I think we all need to help one another grow, no matter, no matter what our businesses are. It's all about, communication and assisting others. So, Eliot, tell me what made you, I don't know, switch or discover um, wellness consultants as a primary target? Because that's not usual.
It's to see the industry right now is not usual. I'll put it that way. So, when we talk about the wellness industry, that word has so many different meanings to so many different people. And when I talk about wellness, I look at more of the proactive care, the root caused care, the practitioners that are really out there to help other people's lives. And you said it. I mean, everyone that I speak to has either a program or has a product or has some sort of solution that could help someone else's problem, but they don't know that until the person talks to them about it. They really get to listen to their clients. They get to listen to what their challenges are and what their goals are and why their goals are that way, and see if they can help each other get towards that goal. So in my business, I thought, why not do the exact same thing? We have so much of this very generalized, well, I do this and I do it just the exact same for everyone. Well, if we look at the body, no one's the same in that aspect. Why would marketing be the same for every single business? Now, there's obviously marketing tools that the generalized population utilizes, but every single one has a different goal. Every single one has a different purpose. And why should I generalize that to every single one of my clients? It's a very long story how I got into the wellness industry. I'll just share a very short clip of it. I was a former hockey player back in the day. My mom being an entrepreneur herself in the wellness industry as an esthetician and a massage therapist. I also got to work in the hockey world with a lot of wellness leaders and wellness entrepreneurs. Got more and more curious about what is out there, about the root cause. What is out there that I can start today so that in 40 years, I'm not having this back pain. I'm not having all of these challenges, either internally or externally, that I can feel better for myself. And I always try to help my friends in this aspect as well with their diets or their workouts or whatever it may be. But for me, I found the wellness industry growing, and we're just on the cusp of it exploding. And if I figured there has to be a need for these founders who are doing everything themselves. And as a business owner yourself, you know this. You're not just handling the clients, but you're also handling the service. You're also handling the finances. You're also handling the marketing. You're also handling employees. I mean, it doesn't stop. It's 24-hour days every single day, every single week. So if I can help in some aspect and listen to someone, what do you need? Why do you need it? And what are we trying to achieve? And if I can help, I just want to be part of the journey, because my goal is to see more people become healthy and whatever version that may be for themselves. That's what I want to see. And if I can enable that happening for the people who are actually helping these said clients, why couldn't I be that offer? And that's where the whole marketing came into play in the wellness industry.
That's awesome. So you look at wellness um, advisors as a group of people. Do you have a favorite that you work with? You know, a favorite type of consultant or holistic practitioner?
To be honest with you, the people who understand, and this is an unorthodox answer, if you will, whether when it comes to whether they consult with testosterone or hormone therapy in general, or peptides or stem cells or red light therapy devices, whatever it may be, for me, the people that I like the most is the people who understand this is a partnership. I'm not here to charge you a lot. You're not here to spend a lot of money and micromanage myself, or I'm not here to micromanage you and change anything of your business. I'm simply here to heighten your business and work together while doing that. So if someone that I love can work with me as a partner and tell me, hey, I don't like this, let's change it, and have a positive reaction to that, and vice versa, for me, that's my favorite kind of person.
That's so cool. And you know, I know you listen well, but so you have to also be able to ask questions to get the answers you need. So, what are some of the questions that you ask some of your new clients?
One of the biggest questions for everyone, whether they're a client of mine or if they're a random person out there attempting to reach any goal, is the why. Why do you want to reach that goal? And it could be for a billion different reasons. It doesn't make a difference. It's simply the why. And to help them understand, or be part of the journey of not not just the why, but also what can we take on the steps right now to actually get there. I mean, one of my favorite questions I always ask is, what is the first step? What does that look like? Does that look like we need to achieve the end goal today? Or what happens if we don't take that first step today? Understanding that, like in health, everything in life, whether it's business, it's health, or it's relationships, or money in general, is a journey. There are steps to get there. We always say the stairway to heaven. It's a stairway because there's steps to get there. It's not an elevator. It doesn't go straight up. So if I can take that approach with someone and ask them, what's the first step can we take today? And what happens if we look back and say, no, let's not do this right now. Let's look back in 6 months. What could we have achieved within those 6 months if we took that first step? And it's small things. It's not even the big things.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So for me, that's one of my biggest questions I love asking. Obviously, there's many, many more, but I would say that's probably the number one.
That's such a great question. And I love how you say it's a stairway and not an elevator, because that is so true. I know I talk to a lot of my clients saying, the day you meet someone, if you're looking for a lifelong relationship, you don't say, "Will you marry me?" Right? You have to go through a process to really find out at a much deeper level who that person is, what their likes and dislikes are, what their goals are, what their past challenges have been, because we can't move forward unless we look backward to find out why didn't it work,
Exactly.
right?
You always start with the first date, if you will. So if you were
Yeah.
to take it in the relationship sense, it's the first date. And then you go on the second date if the first one goes well, and you go on the third and you go on the fourth, and there's going to be challenges along the way. I mean, if there's not, then from my experience, I don't think that's a great relationship. But there's going to be challenges in either person's life. The idea is, can we work through it together? Can we help each other achieve the same goal that we have in mind? If you look at the most successful people in the world, and we hear this every single day with entrepreneurs and all these younger entrepreneurs as well, and I made $1 million at 17 years old. Say, okay, great. It's possible now, absolutely. But if you look at the ultra successful people, they have a team around them. We hear the Jeff Bezos and the Elon Musk, but without a team helping Jeff and Elon and Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and all of them, nothing would be possible to the extent of what they've created. In the same aspect, if we can work together as a team to reach the same goal, we will achieve it. It might take time. It might take 6 months. It might take 6 years. It might take 60 years. We don't know. But if we don't start it now, we'll never know. And it'll be a lot harder to do it by yourself.
That's so true. And so working with all these different uh, types of entrepreneurs and practitioners, uh, are you finding that some of them have the same challenge with not being able to move forward, or is it different for everyone?
I would say there's definitely some differences depending on how they've structured their business, how long they've been in business, and there's many different variables that make it different. The one general aspect that I've found is time. A lot of these founders that I speak with every single day don't have the time to do more, and they don't prioritize their time on the things that will create more for them. And I think that's the biggest thing. Time for everyone. You can never get back time. You can always get back money. You can build up relationships again. You can do everything else again, but time will forever be lost. So if we can maximize our time and understand what is really the most important for us, and can we delegate the rest so that we can build a team around us that are all focused in the same thing, that's probably the biggest challenge I see entrepreneurs and founders that I speak to every single day. And I know myself as well, is time. How can I maximize my time with the 24 hours I have every single day?
Yes, and I would imagine that that's kind of where your services come in, because as practitioners, we're really good at helping the client, right? But in order to help the client, you need to get the client.
Absolutely.
So being able to offload some of that responsibility has got to just lighten up the load of some of these practitioners.
Absolutely. It's almost, if you were to look at doctors, and obviously when we talk about wellness, we're not talking necessarily about doctors in hospital. But when we look at doctors, they've always taken care of the patients. That's their job. That's why they became a doctor. And just like every wellness founder and entrepreneur became a wellness founder and entrepreneur, they want to take care of people. And I always say it's the doctor always asks how you are, but no one asks how the doctor is. And we're so busy taking care of other people that we forget to take care of ourselves. And whether that's in the health aspect or in the financial aspect or in the life aspect, relationship wise, whatever it may be, there's so few times especially in the wellness industry, that these founders actually take care of themselves. And I'm working 15-hour days, I'm working 20-hour days. And well, you're not going to be able to help anyone if you don't help yourself. Get some sleep, focus on the things that you need to focus on to help people, but then offload everything else. You don't need to do the outreach. You don't need to make the newsletters. You don't need to make the social media posts. Let someone else do that because you want to help other people. And if you offload that, now you have 3 more hours a day that you can help more people, 4 more hours, 5 more hours, whatever that might look like in your schedule. But you're actually able to help more people and do what you really wanted to do if you're able to offload and delegate some of the things that also are part of business, but is something that you didn't necessarily get in for.
But that's so true. I remember as a new entrepreneur that I told myself that the reason I did it all was because nobody could do it as well as I could, right? No one can write a newsletter. They don't know what my feelings are or my beliefs are. I remember the first newsletter that I wrote, that I had written for me. She was a good friend of mine. I knew her, but I still didn't trust her. But I said, okay, you can write a newsletter for me. And so she wrote this newsletter. It was so beautifully done. It had, she knew me, so she could write in my voice. And if you have any type of help with, no matter where the help come from, is it marketing or finance, um, if those people are asking you the right questions and listening properly, they can be your voice. And it is so freeing. Like, oh yeah. And now um, I know so many people say, well, I'm just going to have AI do it. Well, I tried that thinking, oh, well, I'll just have AI write this article. And it's like, but that's not true. AI only knows what you give it, right?
And it's
And
endless information that you have to give it.
and it's endless information. I've seen some of these prompts that people say, in order to get AI to answer your question, you have to ask these 35 questions. It's like, wait, wait. Um, so AI writing it is not always the best. So explain to me a little bit about your business for the people that are curious.
Yeah, so we're a wellness company and or a marketing company for wellness brands. And I say company, everyone thinks of marketing agencies. And the biggest difference that I like to point out with my model and an agency is, and this is generalized, so it's not for every single agency, but speaking broadly, most agencies tend to offer 1 or 2 things and they charge a lot of money every single month. And they have results, absolutely, but you're taking, as the wellness leader, all of the risk. You're paying $5, $10, $20,000 a month for lead generation or for newsletter creation or whatever it may look like, with zero promise. Yes, their past clients might have seen some upside to it, but you don't really know. Our model is, how much time is it going to take for us, and asking all of these questions and personalizing everything to you in an entire system. We look at a couple of different pillars throughout the entire marketing system, of getting in front of the leads to actually closing the leads and customizing everything in between. And how much time is it going to take us every single month to do it? What are the tools that we utilize are going to cost? And that's it. We look at, that's going to be a charge, just like if you were to pay an employee and then pay for the tools yourself. That's essentially what we do. And because that we're so hell-bent on the partnership idea, we want to share that risk with you. Our model is, we take a revenue share based off of what we can produce for you. So you're not risking tens of thousands of dollars every single month. You're risking what we bring you. And you're making a little bit less in percentage, but nothing that's going to kill your profit margin. That's our model in a very short sense. But we essentially build a system that we can take care of about 90% of the marketing, getting in front of those leads and closing those leads for you, that you can really take care of. Okay, Now I need to hop on a call with this person. I need to get a payment from them, or they need to walk in my store, get a payment from them, and I can start their health journey today. That's our focus. That's our goal. We want to see the wellness industry in total succeed so strongly with the partnership of what you do, where it's the holistic side, it's the Eastern side, it's the older side of medicine, if you will, along with new technology. We've seen so many advances nowadays, and some people are so hell bent on the Western side, so many people are so far on the Eastern side. But if we can morph the two and understand where the root cause of our challenges or our problems in our bodies are coming from, and we can work together to make those go away or prevent them for the future sense, it's a win-win for everyone.
I love that vision, and I love how your marketing platform is so holistic. Really, if I could use that word. And we're here almost out of time. I cannot believe it. But is there anything that you would like to tell our audience about their business, about marketing, anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, if I could leave everyone with a couple of words, I would say, to your point that you mentioned earlier, I don't know everything about your business. I don't know everything about the wellness industry. I have a podcast myself and spoken to over 50 people within the last 4 months of starting it and learned something new every single day. I'm not here with every single answer. I'm here with possible solutions. And the one thing that I could leave everyone to is the wellness industry, and you guys know it more than I do, is going to explode. Every single person is looking for a personalization, holistic, proactive, root caused approach for their lives and their family members and their friends. And it's only getting bigger and bigger. And to the wellness entrepreneurs out there, it means your time is only going to get shorter and shorter. If you guys need help in any sort of aspect, even if it's just a question that I could help you with, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to answer with it. I'm happy to hop on a call with you, understand a little bit more of your business, whether you're looking for marketing or not. I'm always here to help because I want to see this industry succeed. Obviously, if you're a client of mine, I'm going to focus a little bit more on you, but I'm always happy to respond to every single question you guys might have. And I'm here to listen and understand what challenges you have. I've spoken to a lot of people that have different challenges. So I think I have a good idea, but would definitely love to learn a little bit more about their businesses and their goals as well, and see if I can help and be the one to help them succeed in this industry as well.
That's great. That's great. And because this podcast goes on many different platforms, and LinkedIn is where we are live, can you share your contact information for those people that aren't on LinkedIn?
Absolutely. So my LinkedIn is Eliot Bergbauer. It's one L, one T. It's a weird way, but that's how my mom spelt my name. Berg as an iceberg, Bauer, Bauer. You'll find me on LinkedIn pretty easily. We're also on, like I mentioned, I have a podcast as well. It is separate from my company, but it's called the Primal Reset Podcast. It's on YouTube right now. We're not on Spotify yet. But if you guys want to check me out, send me an email. Look on my website as well, Gemini IX, so Gemini9.com. Email's all the way at the bottom. Shoot me an email, send me a LinkedIn. It's probably the easiest way to reach out to me, or take a look at some of the podcast episodes that we have out there. Wide variety of people, where it comes from all the way from peptide stem cells to med spas to holistic health coaches. We have a wide variety, so there's definitely a lot of information out there as well.
That's great. Well, thank you, Eliot, so much for joining us today. It's such a joy always talking to you. And every time I talk to you, I learn just a little bit more. So I so appreciate it. And we also want to thank all of our guests who have joined us live today. I see there's quite a few on here. And for those that are going to watch it at a later date, please connect with Eliot and find out, a little bit more about him and ask him a question. He said he's willing to answer those for you. And we appreciate you attending Your Health Matters today, where we look at root cause of disease and look at making small shifts in your health to create big results in your life. So thanks again for watching, everybody. And everybody just go and stay healthy and have a great life. Bye bye now. Where we address issues that concern achieving and optimizing